Good afternoon. While I'm waiting for the sun to come up here at the rear mine, well, my rear mine, I figured I would make a video about AutoFlyte and how it works, why it works, and how you need to control it, and why you can't use it in outer space. Okay? So, first things first, I'm gonna put all this up on the YouTube thing, but the link to AutoFlyte, the link to the Keycard, TVM has an actual article, and that's actually you get by pressing K. DOR, which is Directional Orbital Recalibration, which I think is just short of useless. All it does is fire all your thrusters and your engines and everything to get you into an orbit at your current altitude, but it doesn't necessarily go where you want it to. You end up having to use the side thrusters and fighting DOR to push your orbit where you want it to go. I really don't like the way DOR works right now. The AutoFlyte commands to change your direction left in the C modes, horizontal modes, to go left, you press that bracket. To go right, you press that bracket. Nose up, nose down. Flight director bar is off, and autopilot on and off is F10. Okay, so what does Bill mean by all that gibberish? Right? Okay, let's change the C modes. Roll. You'll notice it says roll. If I press the left button, which is that bracket to the left, you'll notice that the wings, the command bar starts to roll to the left, and the the ailerons start to roll to the left. Let's take a look at the ship and make ship. In the AutoFlyte only uses the aerodynamic surfaces. That means aileron, aileron, elevator, elevator, elevator. It doesn't even use the rudders. That's the yaw damper. So let's extend them. That would be a left roll. That one goes up, that one goes down. That causes the entire ship to kind of bank to the left. Okay, that's all AutoFlyte does. It is using aerodynamic forces to make the plane fly. It is not for outer space. Never has been. Probably never will be. It only works up to about, well, current jets, realistically, you can get up, 40,000 feet, 50,000 feet. So about 20 kilometers is all it's useful to. Once you get above that, you're going to have to start using the thrusters, which are TVM and DOR. And those little thrusters and the engines don't talk to the AutoFlyte system. If you want to use the TVM, you press TVM, and it's going spastic because I'm sitting still, and it's trying to keep me perfectly still in relationship to the ground here. If I had YSP, it'd send me off shooting in some random direction. If I had DOR enabled, it'd fire up the main engines and try and get me into an orbit at this altitude. That'd be a bad thing. Very bad thing. Let's see. The Keycard. You'll notice, well, let's first zoom out a little bit. Bold items require the shift key. Okay? Like the flap up, flap down is also the same key, but it's with the shift for the thrust up, thrust down. Headlight and load. Okay, you understand the difference between loading. You press Shift L, you load something, you press L, it turns the headlight on. Well, same with AutoFlyte. Let's zoom back in. Zoom back in, Bill. Too far. There is no left and right with the trim yet. Someday there probably will be. If you want to set the flight director to go up, you use the key here. If you want to trim the nose down, and I do mean actual trimming the nose down. Let's see, that's trimming the nose down because it's pushing the nose forward. And this is trimming the nose up, which trimming the nose up is the question mark. Trimming the nose down, you can see is the colon. If I wanted to use, and somehow I turned anti-ice on. If I was to want to use the up and down with that, it's those two keys, but without the shift. You notice that the pitch bars start to move fairly rapidly. If you press it into heading, you're changing the heading you want to fly when you press the bracket left and bracket right. When you press the nav, it actually changes the course that it wants to come in on at or depart at. It really is that simple, folks. And let's actually kill that with the F so it goes away. And that pretty much answers everything. If you have any questions, please give me a holler. If that answers your questions, great. I'm sure someone will have questions, but I can't think of anything right now.